that the financial gap is quickly widening between the rich and the poor. And once you fall behind, it's
I think that's pretty much an issue in crypto as well. Like, this is the issue that we have right now, is a lot of people have only maybe $3, $5, and then there's big whales who keep dumping the XRP, right?
almost impossible to catch back up. Like, the difference between being in the top 1% and the bottom 10% could all come down to one decision that you've already made without even realizing it. That's why it's so important that we break down the average income and net worth by every age so that
I mean, a lot of people think that they should own 20K or 200K at 27, but average net worth at 25 is minus 23,000. And you're comparing it to the US, right? And US is like more of a privileged country. So if you literally go to Asia, if you travel in Asia with your family or alone or with your girlfriend, there's people who have $0. They literally work for $5 a day. It's really eye-opening. Like, and then there's crypto bros who say that they have not made enough if they have one. I met a guy who told me he had over $1 million, but he didn't make enough because he was living, I don't want to expose his location again, but it's what online social media can do to you. And I guess he was somewhere about around 20s. Like, this is what social media can do to you. You can be like literally have an apartment and still be depressed and be super rich, because there's crypto guys at 20s making $20,000 a month.
Small expenses on it every single month and then paying it off.
So median net worth $7,000. So if you compare this to like worldwide income, I think this is probably even less.
In full.
Like, this can be like $100
by the time it's due. That's it. Second,
yeah, to stay the rich. So anyone rich in crypto is probably even richer this bull run.
You should also make sure to open up a Roth IRA. This is a retirement account that you can contribute up to $7,000 a year into, and then by the age of 59 and a half, all the profit you make within the account is completely tax-free.
I think most people won't open a Roth IRA. What they will do is they will probably just do crypto trading. Like, most people who are in crypto are going to start crypto trading. So if you have even like $100 or $1,000 in crypto in your 20s, you're good. That's my honest opinion. If you hold, like, I'm just going to say a random token. I usually am talking about XRP, but if you held XRP like since 10 years and you bought then $100 and you made a 300x now, so 100x 300, you would be at $30,000 just putting $100. If you put $1,000 when XRP was 3 cents, actually it made more than that. 300x001. That's just $3. Yeah, so it made a 300x. So if you put $1,000 in XRP in 2016, you would be at $300,000. And even $30,000 is a lot of money. So now that they might not make you the same amount of money, it probably makes you way, way less. But even if you make it, you turn your $1,000 into $2,000, that's still a pretty good amount.
That is, it's right here on the screen. Just pause the video. There you go. You're welcome.
So yeah, I kind of agree, like, that people right now in crypto space, especially in 30s, 40s, 50s, they overthink how much others have. So look, 35,000. So I think most of people in crypto probably have like $10,000, $20,000 in crypto itself. But then there's like very rich institutions that have 22 million, 25 million.
That amount was recently found to be $82,871 a year. The median.
Like, the crazy thing about that, in US, there's super high wages. Imagine, like, in some countries, the average salary is $150. That's why crypto has so much potential. Because if they work online jobs in the US or work for someone in the US, they could make probably 3 times that amount. It's a very big factor. And that's why I love sharing XRP stories, is because some people started with $100 and basically could build their own house because they bought XRP early, or they bought Bitcoin early, or Ethereum. It doesn't have to be XRP.
Money, it's time. This is why I find it so surprising when I see people wasting.
You should own as much as you can afford without an undetermined amount of time and potentially lose. Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. high wages and high tax. Like, what does it matter if you make $60,000 if you lose all of it?
Share content with the right people without wasting time. Like, here's what makes it incredible. First, Dash searches all of your content in one place, from work tools like Dropbox, Gmail, Google, score above.
Okay, so he's saying here, your 30s, average net worth 300. This is the average net worth, right? So it just tells me that a lot of people in crypto are rich. I was at a crypto event and there was one project spending $1,500 at the table, right? And that tells me that the crypto markets are at the top, because you're literally spending a day wage on a crypto champagne. That's like someone's monthly wage. So where does this money come from? It doesn't come from personal pocket, because why would you spend $1,500? No, it comes from selling the token. And that kind of frustrates me, and that's why I focus towards development coins, seeing how much money goes back into the system, like partying and oh, we have 2 votes away. So this is actually now resolution happening, 3 votes away. So yeah, but definitely your 30s, if you have 30K average net worth, don't feel bad for having probably less than that. That's just like based on US.
Really begin taking off, let's talk about the average net worth throughout your 40s. This is where you start to enter into what's called your peak earning years,
We gotta
which
win.
typically happens between the ages of 45 and 54. For instance, the median $94,000.
Like there's literally crypto bros that make 22, 23 million and just have it in account. Look, median net worth is 125, average net worth. So most people own 125 in their 40s. So even if you have a median net worth of $35,000, even if you have $5,000 in crypto, I still think the crypto market is early. Just by what we got to get today, you know, I still think it's kind of early for crypto market. Median net worth, like when you're 50s, you can just spend money on anything because you don't need that much money anymore. Look, so a lot of the richer, like you can see Mike Novogratz, he's basically a billionaire. He's 60 years old and he's a multi-billionaire. I think he bought a ton of Solana. So he's literally 60 years old. So as you get older, it solves your problem with money.
Tends to be where these numbers matter, making $70,000 a year because they own everything outright. This is why it's so important to.
Yeah, it's very early for crypto, and anyone, especially if you're like, you know, at a young age, if you're like, for example, 20s or 25, 30s or 35, you're very, very early. And if not, you're probably making some decent amount of money. I know there's XRP holders in my chat who are probably XRP millionaires, and they're still you know, enjoying life. After you get rich, nothing much changes. So just remember that the best stuff in life is usually free as well.
All right, so
yeah, what about crypto trading? We can actually check that as the 3 votes. 3 votes remaining, guys. We're gonna make it to the end. It's gonna go nicely actually. So 209 no and 220 yes. Can we get a tie potentially? Would be nice.
these videos have to come.
So leverage trading is Matthew Perry. I love Matthew Perry. He's a pretty nice channel as well. Come on, can we get another few votes in?